in Great Queens County, state of New York, taken upon herself to crochet a pair of gloves, red, orange, yellow. These are three like pairs of gloves, not that glove the same color. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet, plus navy blue, plus black, plus white, and mango, and peach, or maybe she's going to use mango for the peach, and light green, this green, and baby blue. Hello, Gregory.
Oh, hello. Oh, good morning, Glendora.
And how are you?
Oh, very well. Very good. So,
And how was the ride up Route 9 from Poughkeepsie?
it was a smooth ride up today. So.
Tell them about last Monday. That wasn't so smooth, was it? When we had the snow?
Or no, not really. No, it was not. So.
Marion Albert. Her cat telephones my cat, and they talk about us. The cats talk about us. Mostly bad. Now, this is a chat with Glendora, and its gravamen is this. Give up yourself. No selfishness. No ego. No me first. It's a fraud. It's a hoax. It's a scam. Don't you ever believe that it'll give you anything. It promises you everything, but it gives you nothing except unhappiness and failure and discontent and perturbation, or what do they keep saying in the Bible? Tribulation. That's all it gives you. It's the old wheeze of the serpent, right? Adam and Eve. No. What this is all about is selflessness, helping others, and having a good time doing it all together, and the joy of it. Now, this isn't teaching you a thing, a chat with Glendora. You know this. You know it as well as anybody knows it. But this is a reminder. Give up this other stuff and go with it. Go with helping others. It's the answer to everything. And I'd like to have you have a little sanctuary all your own where you go all by yourself and you bring up that truth from inside of you. Psychologist, my young friend Austin, who was trying to get into graduate school to go into a PhD program called Higher and Deeper. I said, Austin, psychology doesn't tell us yet what is the heart, mind, and soul. Do you know, folks? What is the heart? What is the mind? What is the soul? What is the brain? They don't know, folks. They can't tell us. But I think you know what it is. The soul is the God that's inside of you. And it's continuous with the God that's inside of Gregory. And the God that's inside of Flash Chauncey cat. And inside of little .com cat. What is the soul? It is the God that is inside of you, and it is the God that is inside of everybody. Amen. Let's see. This is Karen Share. Pass it on. Gregory, tell the folks what we mean by pass it on. Please.
Oh, pass it on? Well, pass it on is what we do is we every day at the Happy House we get correspondence comes in, and we get material every day from around the world. It gets mailed here, and we have vegan magazines and for fall and spring and summer that they put out, and what we're doing is we're taking the information from the material we have, and we're, so to speak, passing it on to you, and we're seeing what we have, and identifying the good things, and we'll try to repeat them to you, and suggest them to you that maybe you could get some help from some of the information that we have, and we have a lot of material to cover there.
You know, Gregory Charles Washburn, I kind of regret that we gave it the name Pass It On. I think it would be much better to call it Care and Share. Don't you? Care and Share. We send out a distribution list every week of the newest Glendora 30-second vegan commercial. As soon as it's made, we send it out to this distribution list, and I think it's about, is it 60 or 70 now, people?
Well, I think it's over 70 now. So
Wow.
it's,
And we sent it, among others, to Karen Beasley at Public Access TV in the District of Columbia, our nation's capital. And we told them in the last letter that we had spent $30,000 buying airtime to get out the word, go vegan, and stop this senseless cruelty to animals, this horrible cruelty to animals. Anyway, Karen was one of the people we sent it to, and she sent back a lovely little email, and she said, congratulations. Thank you so much. That was so nice. And how much airtime has Glendora TV ads bought? And, I think it started in 1975, Glendora TV ads. You want to guess? $607,000 worth of TV airtime. Do you know the ropes? Do you know what's going on? Well, television stations have stolen our public's airwaves. They really belong to you and me, the public. They have stolen them, and then they go out and they sell that airtime in 30-second bits and pieces. And they make billions of dollars. RCA, CBS, NBC, ABC. And so that's a game of buying airtime. It is a very well, the word is acuity in negotiation. You have to know how to negotiate it. And it's very volatile. And you try to get good prices. Anyway, that's a game. And 607,000. What's the next thing? Oh, my friend George McDermott came up from Washington, D.C. yesterday, Sunday, day before. I live in Nassau Village. And he was coming up. He went to a funeral in Binghamton, and then he crossed the center of New York, and it's very difficult to do that. And he got as far as my house as Red Hook. He was an hour away. Red Hook is one of the first towns in Columbia County. Or am I wrong about that? Is it the next? Is it Dutchess County?
Oh, Red Hook's in Dutchess, I think.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Gregory's from Poughkeepsie, which is in Dutchess. He got as far as Red Hook, right at the brink of Columbia County, and ours is the next county, Rensselaer County. And so I'm happy. I said, George, you're an hour away from me. The next telephone call I get, he's in Hyde Park. He's going south instead of north. And he keeps asking people all along the way, am I going toward Nassau? And everybody says yes. Am I going toward Nassau? Yes. Guess what they were talking about? Nassau County, which is in Long Island, way south of here.
Yeah.
I gave up. I couldn't think about it anymore. I just couldn't think about it anymore, so I gave up. But Sunday morning, there's a knock on my door. Yeah, it's George McDermott. He'd gone as far as the Tappan Zee Bridge. He'd almost to Manhattan. He stayed overnight in a motel. And then he came up here. And he says, do you want to go to breakfast with me? It's funny, isn't it? Yes, he was going toward Nassau, but not Nassau Village or Nassau Town. Nassau County. And you know there are counties and towns in the state of New York, municipalities that have the same name. And so I was wearing this outfit at the Skodak Diner, and a woman came to our booth and says, can I tell you something? What's your name? Lois. Can I tell you something? Well, yes. You look lovely. And I said, oh, well, say that again. She must have been Irish. She liked all the green. Now, what's going on here? And I have a grocery cart. I prefer that to a walker. I like my grocery cart. I like pushing my little grocery cart that I paid $21 for. And everybody asked me, why don't you get a walker? A grocery cart is what I want, folks. And it works so well, and there's loads of things you can carry in it. Now, George McDermott has complained about 300 judges. His complaint is that they illegally dismiss cases on a stamped signature, unsigned orders. That is illegal. In any way that you can think of it, it is illegal. So that these orders are really void. They take away people's homes on these illegal orders. They repossess these homes. What do you call them?
Foreclosed?
Yeah, foreclosures. People all over the United States, millions of people are losing their homes on these false, phony signatures. So he goes and he complains to everybody about them. The U.S. Supreme Court, the FBI, he complains to everybody about them. And even the UN, the Universal Code, through that, saying that we are no longer a democracy. We are a corporation, and we are no longer protected by the Constitution. We are a corporation. It gets really involved, but a foreclosure on a stamped signature is void, and you go to court and you fight that. But he's done it for years, and he's out helping other people do it all the time. What's that say? Oh,
piggyback?
Yeah, he wants to piggyback on a chat with Glendora. He wants to send you an email, Greg, and he wants you to tack it on at the end of your programs that you send to FileZilla Charter.
Uh-huh.
And he wants you to piggyback it to the ones you send to LT's Cablevision. So this email, he said, is coming today, and he did a video too, and he wants that to on. What do you think of that, Greg?
Uh-huh.
Is that doable?
It could possibly do that.
Our town is charging $25 for an article about our nonprofit organization, the Glendora Vegetarian Club. That's all right. I'm in favor of your doing that, our town. That's the least you can ask. Los Alamos, how much money did we send to Los Alamos and to Gene? Pack 8 to send back our about 20 TV shows on disc.
That how much? Yeah, I don't remember right offhand.
20?
Right now.
20 or 25?
At least 20 or 25. So.
Okay. Brian McComb, you were a darling to send back, what'd you say, about 140 TV shows?
Big box, close to between 150 and 200 at least.
Yeah, that's consolidated TV. Used to be Fairpoint. It used to be Berkshire TV.
Yeah, we got a lot of DVDs.
Back when two sons were given the cable TV system, Berkshire, in Kinderhook, but the sons would rather have money, so they went and sold it to Fairpoint. And Fairpoint went bankrupt. .com is very frisky. She hops from the floor to the desk, from the desk to the counter, from the counter to another counter, and she sleeps under a blanket tent at night and purrs, and is the epitome of beatific happiness. Tell the people about Chauncey Cat, Flash.
Chauncey, well, the Chauncey, the Flash cat is the orange cat. Maybe you've seen it on the show before. He's been spending time in the happy house over here. I guess he spent last night here, and I came up this morning, and he was content sleeping here, content on the blanket, and then I just about 20 minutes ago he showed signs he wanted to go outside, and I let him outside.
Oh, he's out?
Yeah, I let him
Oh, the
outside.
people can't see him? Oh.
And he'll be back before long, I think so.
He belongs to the people next door, but he doesn't like the people next door. He wants to live here. When you get older, folks, you don't have the energy to stand up straight. You intend to bend over, right? You know what this does to your back? It throws it all off balance. And it throws off that sciatic nerve in the back. And that sciatic nerve comes down to the crotch, and it splits, and one nerve goes to the left leg, one goes to the right leg. Well, that sciatic nerve being off kilter will off balance the right leg. And you're not standing up straight, and you're not walking straight, and you're throwing off everything in the knee, and the thigh, and in the shin, and in the gluteus maximus, and in the gastremic hip, and into the Achilles tendon. You're throwing all off, these things all off. And it pains. It hurts. So if this starts with you, if you get a kink up where the leg goes into the body, beware. Right then, start wearing a back brace. Start wearing a back brace. Right away, before you throw that sciatic nerve off balance. And after you've done the damage, as I have, one relief is to put a whole lot of Dr. Ben Gay on your knee, cover it with like a dish towel, and then as tightly as you can stand it, put on a 6-inch bandage that is really an ace bandage. Oh, what relief that is. Okie doke, Greg. You got anything you want to tell the people?
Oh goodness. Well, we've recently. Did you want to tell them about your back, the back braces and all? Or,
Oh, the new back brace. Yeah, I covered that.
I covered that, and.
But Greg, tell them how you get at midnight. What do you get on the computer? What's it say?
Oh, at midnight. Well, at midnight I get notices sent up from Altice.
Cable
called Altice from Cablevision. They call it Altice Connect, and I get and what that is I get an email from them, and then through that email I get a link. Get a link that I click on, and that takes me to the schedule. Takes me to Glendora's schedule of when her public access show is on, and what day it's on, and what the system is, and what time, and at that point, any of the new times are showing up, or it tells me about it then, and it tells me to fill the certain time slots. So there's time slots to fill up.
He says unfilled time slot.
Yeah, unfilled time slots, and to make sure there's a show to air in those slots, we have to fill them up, and I take care of every midnight we get a notice. It comes out. It's like a robot. The robot sends a message out that showing what the schedule is, and if I filled the time slot already, it shows the show being there. And if it's unfilled, then it says fill, and I have to take steps to fill that time slot with the right show.
I respect his acumen because he keeps these time slots filled, and there are 72 stations with a program every week. So that's terrific the way you do that. All right. Folks, do you have a think folder? You have to have a think folder because things will come into your life in the day by day that you don't have an answer for right away. So you have to make a note of it and you have to put it in your think folder. And very often when you ask the universe, that's all of us together now, all of us together having a good time moving the universe forward. Very often the universe will give you an answer overnight. That has happened many times. Sometimes it'll take 10 years. Sometimes it'll take 5 years. But you have to have a think folder. And then I put in the think folder things to talk to you about. What's for cleaning? This week, Gregory, we have to clean the shower. How do you get the dirt off the shower wall?
The shower wall. There's
We take them off, huh?
either that or just a scrubbing cleanser to takes away the soap scum and spots and things
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
it.
Does that.
That's right. And this week, the Lincolns.
Uh-huh.
We have to exercise the Lincolns. You want to tell your TV friends about the 1980 Lincoln and the 1993 Lincoln
Oh
Town
yes,
Car?
I have Glendora has Glendora has her old car is a 1980 Lincoln.
Continental
and,
Mark 6. It's all three.
And then her husband Franklin's car, the 1993 Lincoln. We have them stored in a garage, and we have to.
Both of them.
I take steps to start them up and move them around and get them maintain the cars so they can both be started up, and I take care of that.
And they always start up, don't they?
They most.
We put in the most expensive battery that Napa has. We put that in both of them. And you said last week they needed clean gasoline.
I needed gasoline and all, yeah.
So every month, on the third week of every month, we do the Lincolns. Okay. What else is on the list? We did that.
Oh, it says Chauncey and then .com.
Yep, we did that.
And the spin of the earth, it says.
Around about 7 o'clock, an alarm goes off, and I stop everything, and I think about the spin of the earth. Folks, what a trip we are on. We're spinning at, 600 miles an hour? And that old gravity hangs on to us. We don't spin off. And the sun hangs on to the earth, and the earth hangs onto the moon. Isn't it grand? And I think about the trip of that we're going around the sun. Look at this trip that we are having around the sun. Think how fast we're going on that one and how many miles. Wow. And then I think of the electricity and the magnetism and the electromagnetic spectrum and the radio waves and the television waves and the microwaves and the light waves, the visible spectrum, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, ultraviolet. After ultraviolet comes X-rays and then gamma rays. I think of all those things in the air. The air that comes in is wind, the cold air, the hot air, the moving air, the aromas, sound. We wouldn't have sound without air. And just think of them. And think about water, running water, hot water, and cold water. And the soil, the great big rocks, the big mountains, and then the center of the earth, and lava, and stones, and gravel, and kitty litter. I think of them all. And then the miracles that do come out of the soil. Those miracles, those vegetables, those flowers, those trees, and the animals, fish, and mammals, and birds. Just stop and think of it. Okie dokie. Vegan menu. You need any vegan menus? All I eat is apple right now. I'm eating apple, grapes, banana, and an orange. Malto meal hot cereal with soy milk and syrup that's made out of flowers, made out of aloe. And the nut fruit shake, which is pineapple, oats, cashews, and bananas all blended. And then hot potato, hot vegetable, and a veggie meat, like Loma Linda porkless tender bits, things like that.
Oh, Glendora, I got 27.
Oh, thank you. A ship carrying a load of red paint collided with a ship carrying a load of purple paint, and at last report the crews of both ships were marooned. May the Lord bless you and keep you, and may his face shine upon you and give you peace. Amen.
All right, so you have about 45 seconds, I guess we got, so.
Did we do it right?
Oh, we have about 45 seconds, I got, so.
We have to fill 45 seconds?
Oh, yeah, we do. So
okay, then I can give you another blessing.
Oh, you could do that, so.
May the God of peace, which passes all understanding, dwell in your heart and mind. Amen. So be it. Solemnly ratified.